Learning. Introduction. Psychologists often define learning as a relatively permanent change in behavior as a result of experience. The psychology of learning focuses on a range of topics related to how people learn and interact with their environment. Watson, who suggested that all behaviors are a result of the learning process. Theories of learning. Observational learning. Observational learning is defined as a type of learning that occurs when one person uses the observation of another person's actions and their consequences to guide his or her action later. Albert Bandura introduced this view. He says that learning to do new things is possible by observing how particular models do them and then imitating the behavior of those models. Bandura demonstrated that children learn and imitate behavior they have observed in other people. According to Bandura, several factors or sub-processes affect observational learning. The most important factors are as follows. Attention. Attention paid to the model depends on factors such as model's attractiveness, personal qualities, religious beliefs, attitudes, etc. Retention. We retain model's behavior by creating internal images of the model's actions. Motor reproduction. If you want to learn, you must have ability to transfer the memory representation into appropriate actions. Effective ways to learn. Favorable conditions at home, school and society are very important in learning. The locality in which the child is growing must be favorable to him in stimulation, his activities and in motivating him for achieving his goals successfully. Whole versus part learning. When learning materials to be learned is presented as a whole without breaking it into parts, it is called whole method. Whole learning is often considered as an efficient method of learning, especially for fast learners. In part of learning, the continuity and meaning of the material may often get lost. Distributed versus massed practices. When short practice periods are used, separated by rest intervals, the procedure is known as distributed practice. The individual works continually until the task is mastered or at least for a long period of time, then the procedure is called massed practice. Incidental versus intentional learning. Reading something without the intention of learning and what is being read in a casual way is called incidental learning. There are instances of people learning without any intention of doing so. In general, intentional learning is much more fruitful and efficient than the other. Reception versus discovery learning. In reception learning, learner is given the material in an approximately final form. In discovery learning, the principal content is at all present to the learner. He must discover it for himself before he can make or use it. Quick versus slow. Quick learning is better than slow learning, depends upon whether the material is meaningful or not. Quick learning of a meaningless material is easily forgotten. Recitation versus reading. Recitation here does not have its literal meaning of reading aloud but rather trying actively to recall what is being learned. Knowledge of result. Motor and verbal skills are not easily acquired unless the subject has become a knowledge of result of information feedback. Information feedback produces more effective performance. The improved performance associated with knowledge of results may be attributed to three circumstances: repetition of responses known to be successful, attempts to correct response known to be inadequate, enhanced motivation. Organization. We should not overlook the importance of organization of the material to be learned. How much a person can retrieve from his the storage system appears to be largely result of his organization of the material. This observation suggests the importance of shaping a large mass of information into some sort of meaningless structure. Association. The building up of association among various parts of task and association between them and previously acquired or learned material is important. William James once said that the secret of good memory is forming diverse and multiple association with fact we get to ascertain. A student spends some thinking of about circumstances in which he may want to retrieve stored information and perhaps deciding upon a cue word or words for its retrieval.